Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 20 in the New Living Translation for August 20th, 2023. Wine produces mockers. Alcohol leads to brawls. Those led astray by drink cannot be wise. The king's fury is like a lion's roar. To rouse his anger is to risk your life. Avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Only fools insist in quarreling. Those too lazy to plow in the right season will have no food at the harvest. Though good advice lies deep within the heart, a person with understanding will draw it out. Many will say they are loyal friends, but who can find one who's truly reliable? The godly walk with integrity. Blessed are their children who follow them. When a king sits in judgment, he weighs all the evidence, distinguishing the bad from the good. Who can say, I have cleansed my heart, I'm pure and free from sin? False weights and unequal measures, the Lord detests double standards of every kind. Even children are known by the way they act, whether their conduct is pure and whether it is right. Ears to hear and eyes to see, both are gifts from the Lord. If you love sleep, you will end in poverty. Keep your eyes open, and there will be plenty to eat. The buyer haggles over the price, saying it's worthless, then brags about getting a bargain. Wise words are more valuable than much gold and many rubies. Get security from someone who guarantees a stranger's debt. Get a deposit if he does it for foreigners. Stolen bread tastes sweet, but it turns to gravel in the mouth. Plans succeed through good counsel. Don't go to war without wise advice. A gossip goes around telling secrets, so don't hang around with chatterers. If you insult your father or mother, your light will be snuffed out in total darkness. An inheritance obtained too early in life is not a blessing in the end. Don't say, I will get even for this wrong. Wait for the Lord to handle the matter. The Lord detests double standards. He is not pleased by dishonest scales. The Lord directs our steps, so why try to understand everything along the way? Don't trap yourself by making rash promise to God and only later counting the cost. A wise king scatters the wicked like wheat, then runs his threshing wheel over them. The Lord's light penetrates the human spirit, exposing every hidden motive. Unfailing love and faithfulness protect the king. His throne is made secure through love. The glory of the young is their strength. The gray hair of experience is the splendor of the old. Physical punishment cleanses away evil. Such discipline purifies the heart. Had work day at church after church and was out dealing with the hedge. I keep thinking I have like an ant or something. I feel a little something crawling on me. Also, why I'm wearing such a holy shirt. Let's see what it says. A stone, an ephah, and an ephah. Interesting. We got 2010, a stone, an ephah, and an ephah. So false weights and unequal measures. And then an alternate reading in the Masoretic text is for a promiscuous woman. That's 16. And the human spirit is the Lord's light. The very last verse, physical punishment cleanses away evil. Such discipline purifies the heart. Physical punishment, it says the meaning of the Hebrew is uncertain. I think David Goggins would agree with this, right? Paul too. We keep our body and we keep ourselves in shape as best we can, because there's something to physical work, physical discipline, both brain chemistry and just attitude wise. I was going to say worldview. 2027 is the human spirit is the Lord's light. So it says the Lord's light penetrates the human spirit, exposing every hidden motive. The other way says the human spirit is the Lord's light. That bears pondering just on its own, is that phrase. Yeah. Of all drugs, man, alcohol and wine are like most reliably predictable as far as like drama and fights. Man, just problems. I talked about it yesterday. Avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Only fools insist on quarreling. Just let it go. Let it go and move on. Life's too short. Those too lazy to plow in the right season will have no food at the harvest. I keep telling one of my friends, like, it's our time to work. This is our time in life that we need to be working and building, because when we need the harvest, when we need to retire, there's going to be nothing there, man, if we don't work. Though good advice lies deep within the heart, a person with understanding will draw it out. That speaks to me because that was part of my job in a previous life, I'll put it this way, was to interview experts and get their knowledge and their ability to make wise decisions out of them. The godly walk with integrity. Blessed are their children who follow them. I would say this is both because the children are going to follow a good example and because of the wider effect of godly persons' effect, or the wider network the godly person will have an effect on, because his kids will also have an effect and spread out. Yeah, when a king sits in judgment, he weighs all evidence, distinguishing the bad from the good. This speaks to the rash speaking and the, holding your tongue so you can make a wise decision. This was one of my kiddos' verses, right? 2011. Even a child is known by the way they act, whether their conduct is pure and right. And ears to hear and eyes to see, both are gifts from the Lord. And if you have all of those, or one set, or one of each, or whatever, praise the Lord that you have what you have, and that He gave you what you have. If you love sleep, you'll end in poverty. Yeah, keep your eyes open. Keep working. There'll be plenty to eat. This is the kind of thing I got to tell myself last night when it's like so tired. I did knock off early in the last hour, but frankly, even with bars closing on Saturday night, it was just not very busy. And at some point, you got to go to sleep, get showered, get in bed, and get ready for church the next day, right? Wise words are more valuable than gold and rubies. So ask the Lord for words of wisdom for your friends and your family and the people you meet on the street, because by far that's the most valuable thing you can be given to somebody. Stolen bread tastes sweet, but it turns to gravel in the mouth. Yeah, you might gleefully enjoy for a moment the spoils that you got from doing bad, but then it wears off, or the guilt sets in, or the anxiety and the worry of getting caught sets in, and it's suddenly not enjoyable. Two of them, right? Plan succeeds with good counsel, and don't hang out with chatterers. More on the keep your circle tight and monitor who's in that circle, because they directly affect you. An inheritance obtained too early in life is not a blessing in the end. I'm sure you could just have your inheritance. You could split the wealth and the household. But to me, this speaks out of like the father passing early. I'm like, that is not a blessing, right? Inheritance or not, that is not, you don't want that. Don't say I'll get even for this wrong. Wait for the Lord to handle it. Super, super duper against my nature, but I'm doing my absolute best to So just wait on the Lord to do it. The Lord directs our steps, so why try to understand everything along the way? I think that might be my favorite verse of the day, especially with this translation. We don't necessarily have to know why something happened or why this is going on in our lives. We just got to keep walking forward towards the light. And hopefully we can understand in fullness when we pass on. The wise king scatters the wicked like wheat and then runs his threshing wheel over them. Wouldn't it be nice to see our government operate like that? But it's run by the wicked, so it'll never happen. The Lord's light penetrates the human spirit, exposing every hidden motive. And lie to everybody, even yourself, but you can't lie to the Lord. Unfailing love and faithfulness protect the king. His throne is made secure through love. That's neat. And I have neither strength nor too much gray hair yet. I'm in a middle ground where I'm supposed to be working and trying and building and taking care of my family. And same thing, man. Leg hurts, back hurts, having problems dealing, but trying to add more of a physical discipline and workout routine in my life to buffet my body, right, and just bring it into submission. Whether it wants to do it or not, whether I want to do it or not, that's currently the plan. So physical punishment cleanses away evil. Such discipline purifies the heart. So may God give me strength to keep pursuing this goal. Also, I was super excited to get to I came home early, sat and read. Actually, I think I said that on the recording. And I went and hung out with my kiddos, and the oldest one was reading up a storm. He read like 3 books sitting with me. And I read the Baby Steps Millionaires by David Ramsey. That was a good one. I listened to him all the time, so I basically knew the baby steps, but it was worth reading for sure, getting a little more insight and getting some stories and some encouragement. But well on my way. I've been doing baby steps-ish, as he says, only because of we're trying to pay off the mortgage ahead of time as well. But other than that, I think I'm on the downslope, so getting there. And as you can see, ESET came through for me. My lovely wife rescued me. Found these in the diaper bag. And don't recall where we went that I asked her to put them in the diaper bag, but I'm glad that she found them because I was already starting to shop for other ones, and I cannot afford to take a day or two monetary loss on buying some sunglasses. But they do the sailboat thing. It's like remote controlled sailboats, so there are actually propellers down there in this pond where I'm at, and it kills me. I want to come in with like a World War II style fighter or like a Red Baron or something, and like with a drone dive bomb them. Or I've talked about like burying like a remote controlled Kraken down there in their race course. So just right now, as they're fighting for that turn, some robotic tentacles come out and take the boat underneath the water. It'd be hilarious, but I'm sure whoever's boat that is would be mad that I swamped it. So I crack myself up. What you gonna do? All right, let me get home, figure out a dinner plan, because we're going to a concert, and that's going to be right in the middle of dinner time. We're going to see Rare Breed near Toledo. So maybe not that far. I believe it's up that way. If you're going to be there, shout out. Have a good day. Be blessed, everybody.